All right, so now in this module that you're going to be working on, you're going to be focusing on testing and trying the things that you have transformed. Okay, you transformed yourself, you became more clear about what you need to do and become. You're now more responsible and more accountable to the things, to your day, to your energy, to your health. Now let's actually implement some of these things and start trying them with the people that you care about the most. Either your family, your colleagues, whatever it is, start implementing these things. Okay, so we're going to test and improve your new way of thinking. Okay, specifically. Now I'm going to talk about three different things with influence today because I want you to start influencing the relationships in your life at a higher level. Okay, so the first thing is teach them how to think. That's what influencers do, is they teach how to think. And they also challenge you to apply what you're teaching. And then most of all, they role model the way. We're going to talk about each one of these specifically. So how are you teaching right now? Are you teaching important things, or are you just arguing about different things that you have an opinion about? Because teaching has to do with meaning and influence and value to someone's life. For example, with school, lots of teachers are very, very passionate about what they're teaching, whether it's English or psychology or sociology or communications or whatever it is. I met some instructors throughout my education that were so passionate, and you just felt the energy off of them, and it was just so fun to be around them. But teaching is not manipulating. It's not making people think a certain way because you are trying to gain power over them. Okay? Teaching has to do with you're giving them information that they can change their life. Okay? It's going to be of value to them as an individual, regardless of you being around or not. It's really, really important to remember that. Now, how do others need to believe? Okay? Maybe there's a principle that is really important that you want someone to understand. Okay? Maybe it's the value of exercise in your life. Okay? You're trying to teach them some specific things about exercise and the value of it to your body. You teach them those things in a way that they're going to relate. Okay, so I might share a story. I might tell them how I changed my life and I learned these specific things and I implemented it, and now it's doing this, and I want you to do the same thing. Okay, so you're sharing these things and how would it benefit them? So you think of the most influential people in the world, like Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, George Washington. These people were very influential people because of who they were and that they had a voice. They used their voice for good to influence people to make right choices. Okay, so I'm not talking about influence about things that don't matter at all, because you can let those go by the wayside. But the things that you're passionate about, share them. Teach people and how to think about those things and how to implement them in their life because it's most beneficial for them. Now, challenging them has to do with giving them an activity to do in relation to what you're teaching them. Okay? So for example, now when someone challenges us, they influence us. Nobody mobilizes our attention or our best energizes better than a challenge that demands us to stretch our knowledge, skill, and abilities in order to meet those demands. Okay? So what I'm saying is give them something to do. Test it out. Try it out. That's what we're doing here in this module, is we're trying these things out. All the different principles of routine and energy and clarity and changing your mindset, all those things are right now. Now you're going to implement, you're going to challenge them. That's why you have worksheets, because you need to implement these things in your every single day. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. I can watch a video and learn nothing. But if I watch a video, take notes, and then do the worksheet, and then start trying to do that on an everyday basis, totally changes. The implementation and the internalization of the concepts are much stronger that way. So influential people do challenge the individual to change or to do something that's going to be impactful and beneficial to them. And the last thing I believe is the most important is to role model the way. It becomes difficult to believe the message without an example. Okay? This means that people are always watching how you show up in life, the actions you take, and the values and principles you enact. Lead by example. You have standards and values for a reason, okay? Share them with everybody you know. It doesn't mean that you have to be rude and disruptive in regards to what you believe and the standards that you have. But when you have an opportunity, don't cower down. Don't sit down and be like, oh, they don't need to know about what I'm thinking or my values. It may cost you something. There may be risk involved here, but you will have greater influence and connection with people if they know what you believe and how you live your life. So role model your way as part of that influence. People know me for a lot of different things, but one thing I've been told many times is I'm honest. That I don't lie, I don't try to cheat, and so when I tell them if there's a question about something and I watch something happen, they ask me, they're going to believe me, they just go my way. Which, for some people, that can be a really hard thing because you can manipulate that. If you have a lot of trust, you can manipulate that. So be very careful with the trust that you have from people because you want to maintain that with people and show love in everything that you do. Have purpose behind what you are passionate about. Give it with a gracious heart and you will double your success. Now, last of all, so influencers do three things. They teach how to think, they challenge us, and they role model the way. And I have also included a worksheet for you to begin doing this in your everyday life. So think of something or someone that you need to begin influencing right now. Maybe it's a team, maybe it's your family, maybe it's your wife, maybe it's just one relationship in your life. Find that thing or that person that you can begin influencing and use this worksheet to identify exactly what you can do to double that connection or double that success in that scenario.